Alright folks, welcome back. This is Balatro every day, and today we're still going at it. This seed happened on stream today. I took a break, I had some dinner, I got to watch some Major League Balatro, Vagabond versus C-Dubs. And now we're back. This seed we ended up losing when we were gold stake speedrunning, so I was curious how it would play out differently if we weren't rushing, how you might play it differently. As always, you can get the seed from the video description, and when you're ready, let's go gold stake red deck. First boss is diamonds, and we have an investment tag. So when we are doing the gold stake speed runs, that's one thing that we do is we restart, spamming restarts until we get the investment tags. Can be a very powerful start. And then big blind. Okay, so one thing that I think about on the big blind here, when you get, let's say, the clubs flush here as a 5-card hand, it's about 300 points, and then you need 150 points left over. So you could do that with another 5-card hand, happens sometimes, or you could get, let's say, 3 pairs, 50 points each, or if you play 2 pairs, it's the same as 2 separate pairs. So you can play the flush plus 2 pair plus a pair, and then you win in 3 hands. You don't win in 2 hands, but you for sure win in 3 hands. So maybe this is a good opportunity. We can play the 2 pair, queens and tens, keeping the clubs, and then finish with the clubs flush, maybe. Okay, so a little bit over 100 there. We did get the ace, so like I said, when I was streaming this, I discarded the tens, and we drew the ace, we got the full house. Full house aces and queens. Now, let's discard looking for the clubs, rather than play another pair. Alright, one more time looking for clubs. We probably don't need the 2 because it's not that many clubs. Okay. And then one more time trying to get better clubs. I guess if we keep the 6, there's a chance we get the 8 of clubs. Maybe. Yeah, so ace high straight I think is not enough here. And then if we do the, what is it? We do this flush instead. So king and 9, that's 1 less chip. Jack and 7, that's 3 less chips. But the flush is +5 more. So we play the flush here. Alright, I wasn't expecting it to be that close, but for sure we don't win there. You play the flush, you play the 2 pair, and then you follow up with another pair, or actually just high card is fine here. Okay, in the first shop, we can't take the grabber. So when I was streaming this, for whatever reason, I decided to go for the full house. We got the full house right away. We actually won in just 2 hands. So win in 2 hands, you have 10 bucks. Because I had 10 bucks, I decided to buy the grabber. Because often when you're speedrunning, you're trying to spam your hands, and so having an extra hand to spam is pretty powerful. Especially if we know we have an investment tag, we have a sort of economic safety net coming up. But if we can't afford the grabber here, what do we do instead? Does it make sense to open the buffoon pack? I think on the red deck, for sure. Showman doesn't do anything for me. Stencil is powerful right now, but it's not forever, and then also it's a rental, so I think actually we're just sad. Showman, we can sell it. Scholar we probably don't need, but maybe as a rental you take it if it helps you one-shot the boss. And then because we have an investment tag, I guess we could take this standard pack, but I think I'm going to save my money for the next ante, so I can buy boosters maybe. Next ante. Alright, so here, how do we win? I can discard the diamonds, I could discard spades. I can play a flush, which doesn't win. We can follow up with a straight. The straight is about 300. If I play it with the scholar, then it wins. If I sell the scholar, then we don't have to pay the rental fee, but we do have to play an extra hand, but maybe it's fine. A pair of 10s gives me 60. That's it. Alright. And then probably Devil, we can go Arcana, we can go Celestial pack. Maybe reroll. probably reroll. I guess it depends on what's in the Celestial pack. Could be a Mercury card, could be a Jupiter card. Probably not Jupiter. I think typically we take a Mercury card. And then we can go Arcana looking for Hermie. No Hermie, but we get a Fool. So Fool, we could get another Mercury card. We could make some gold cards. I think I... prioritize making the gold cards. Yeah. So I guess we could do gold jack. Gold jack and then fool for another one. Alright, but definitely we should reroll here. We need some points, and if we need to skip for investment tag for more money, we can do that. Could be a walkie-talkie. Could be Devious Joker. I think Devious Joker you don't need if you have walkie-talkie, because walkie-talkie gives you chips. Let's go next. Alright, I'm not going to take the skips here, but I might take the big blind, maybe. It depends on how powerful we end up being in the next shop, whether or not I feel safe to skip. Let's look for... I could try to get a straight with a 10. I could just try to get diamonds as a flush. So I can play a diamond flush with no sauce on it, and then follow up with a clubs flush. Could be 2 pair, could be 4s and 10s is pretty good. Yeah, 4s and 10s wins. Where do I want to do the devil? So let's go gold queen, I guess, or we go gold 4. What was the first boss? First boss was diamonds, so maybe we go... This is bad if we get, what's it called, blackboard, but that's okay. Play the 2 pair. Okay. With 2 gold cards, that's great. And then Riffraff. Okay. I kind of remember that. Okay, so we take Riffraff. We can open an Arcana pack looking for Hermie. Strength instead. So I can strengthen 2 9s into 2 10s. That seems okay. Could be Celestial pack, could be hand size. We could take the hand size and then skip, probably, for the 25 bucks. Or maybe we don't skip, and then we come back for the hand size in the next shop. 8 ball and business card. Okay, almost a straight here, I guess. I could do 10s and 8s, maybe. 10s and kings, maybe. There, how about 10s and 8s? Alright, no action on the 8 ball, that's fine. Business card is okay. Probably we take Droll Joker as a foil is good. Let's go Arcana first. We get Hermie, that's huge. As opposed to, we could turn a 3 into a 4. And then definitely take the hand size. Gender pack. Could be a gold seal 8 and then strengthen it into a 10. Or we could just take an 8 and do 8s. Maybe? How much do we want this riffraff? Maybe we don't need this riffraff. Maybe that's the thing. Do I need this misprint? We can go one more. Could be cola. And then one more, or are we good here? I think if I can save money, I should save money. -1 hand size. So a flush does very well, or we can just draw 10s. We could do this flush with a couple of face cards for the business card. Okay. So we want to do diamonds as flushes, if we want to do flushes. Could be a blue joker. I remember taking the blue joker. I remember getting a bus. I don't know, it'll happen or it won't happen. Could be a 10 here. Take a 10 to go with the walkie-talkie. Do 10s and 8s as full houses, maybe? Or no 10. Boss says previously played is debuffed. I think I don't take 10s. I think we don't lean that much into the walkie-talkie. Alright, so it could be temperance for $9, could be strength. We could hang him, we could use a death card. I think for me, I like making more 8s. Even though it's not going to score any points, I like making more 8s. So why don't we turn a 3 of spades into an 8 of diamonds? Okay. I guess we could take the blue joker. Maybe that's worth something. Go next. Alright, I've got 8s that I can play. I could just do the 8s on their own. Maybe. Ah, beans. How about try to get 4s and 10s? Could be these 4s and these kings. Okay, and then 10s probably. How about a straight for the business card value? Alright. Blue joker and then the foil makes us very safe, so we don't have to worry too much, even though this boss is going to be a little bit annoying. There's a slide joker, there's a star. So we could do... We still need molt, but we could do sly instead of blue joker. Could be banana. So maybe no more walkie-talkie. Take banana instead. That makes sense. And then slide joker. And then now we got more money. Fancy ace. Or we could take an 8. I guess an ace you could turn it into not an 8 probably. Just take more 8s. Go next. Alright. So I'm just looking for 8s, I guess. There's some 4s which we don't care about. I have a star, which I wanted to use on my 8s. Maybe I'll use it here. I'll go 8s and 10s. We could play a flush house if we wanted to unlock the flush house with the 8-ball. If we did flush house, what would the other one be? It could be 8s and 10s. Maybe. It could be 8s and some kind of face cards. It could be, instead of playing the flush house, we just play as many 8s as we can. Temperance for $10, I guess. Alright, play the 10s. Safe. Alright, I want to make more diamonds. There's the certificate. So, okay. When we were streaming, I think we had the bus already, and then we ended up taking the certificate. And the funny thing about the certificate is it just never gave us a blue seal. It gave us a ton of face cards even though we had a bus. I think we take it though for science. So on stream, no blue seals. It was terrible. Let's try it again. Because that's what I would do here, is I would take the certificate and I would take more 8s here. Could be Mercury, could be open the Celestial Pack first. I think it makes sense to level up pairs. We could do pairs of 8s instead of playing all the 8s in one hand. We could go 3 of a kind here. It could be 2 pair here. Since we have Droll Joker, maybe you want to do flushes. Take Jupiter and then play diamonds. Alright, so I could do 4 of a kind kings, which is kind of a lot. I could do a pair of 8s first. What about... Yeah, I could do 5 kings. Let's do solo 8. We don't get Slide Joker here. Yeah, that's pretty terrible. Alright, since all my stuff is debuffed, let's play all the kings. Maybe I'm supposed to play 4 of a kind so we don't unlock the 5 of a kind. Okay, red seal king though. Maybe. Moon, we don't want to do. We decided we didn't want to do. Couple skip tags for money. Bosses play only one hand. We got a grabber. We can check out these booster packs. There's another 8. So now 9 8s. And could be Mercury, could be Mars. I think it still makes sense to pairs, even though we have the 8 ball. Let's go next. So now let's do the pair of 8s first. Red seal 8 is cool. Alright, the next pair wins. So it could be a pair of 8s. Could be draw some 10s. How about a pair of 8s? Beans. Okay. There's a golden ticket. We don't have that many gold cards. I guess this would be a possible replacement for the Droll Joker. I think we don't do that. Could be Judgment, could be we spin the wheel, could be bonus 1/8. Let's spin the wheel. Foiled again. Okay. Purple seal gives me a chariot. So red seal king. Play the pair of 8s. Follow up with a pair of aces. We get a strength card, so I might be able to turn 7s into 8s. Let's play this pair. Crunchy. So I think we beat the boss if we play a flush. Maybe. There's Wii. I think it's a little bit too late for the Wii. We got a lot of sources of chips already. No 6. No on the 7. Extra hand size, yes. Do we want to level up 3 of a kind? Or something else? Maybe 4 of a kind? Alright, we got 3 discards here and we have a strength card. So let's try to find 8s. We can turn 7s into 8s. There's a fool. There's an... I could use fool for strength on the 6s. Okay. Now we got a couple of 8s. Do I care about 8s of hearts? Probably not. I'll just sell it. There's the 5 of a kind. Out of how many? 13 8s. Okay. And we get another strength card. Okay. So ramen here makes sense. You sell the 8 ball, then you got the ×2. Maybe we just sell Droll Joker. That's the safe thing to do. Let's try a spectral pack. Could be Ecto. It would either be negative 8 ball or negative certificate. I'm fine with both. Could be a blue seal. I guess we're hoping that the certificate gives me a blue seal, but I could go blue seal 8 here. Maybe with the 8 ball, I want the blue seal. I kind of want the ramen though. Go blue seal 8. And then what's in here? So could be 5 of a kind. Since we have so many 8s, go next. Okay, so let's start with 2 pair for the gold seal value. Okay, I don't need the king. I have 5 8s. Maybe we play all these 8s. What do I want to do with my strength? Discard. Okay. Okay. So maybe I strengthen this king. Try to turn it into, I don't know, anything. I can play 4 of a kind. 5 of a kind. I got 2 steel cards. Do that. Oh, the blue seal is kind of bad with the 8-ball, I guess. Whoops. Empress is good. Priestess is okay. Golden Joker? Probably not as an Eternal. How about a Death card? So I would like to make more 8s of diamonds, but maybe this is fine. Priestess. I'll take both. I'll take the pair level, I'll take the 5 of a kind level. And then if I want to make more 8s, what do we get rid of? Probably the low cards. And a 3 into an 8. And go next. Okay. Purple we can discard. Sun we don't care about. Get a hungman. Okay. So what if we do 3 and 9? We can hang them. We don't care about the sun. Play the 5 of a kind. Which doesn't win, I believe. And then we can just spam pairs from here. I guess we don't have any pair here, but maybe. I don't need this king. I don't need the 9. Okay. I could do 9 and 8 as molt cards. I think I need to play the aces. I'm trying to draw a 10 here. So pair of aces is 6,000. Okay. Could be 4 of a kind. Is better than my pair, maybe? Play the 4 of a kind. Disregarding the blue seal. Do we want to disregard the blue seal? I could play the pair of 10s first. Okay. And then I can play 4 of a kind with the blue seal. Maybe something like that. Cool. Justice helps. Chariot helps. With those red seals. Okay. There's a fool for an empress. I could go chariot here. I could go glass 8 and then use a fool for another glass card. 14 8s. And then I think I'm okay. Let's go 5 of a kind instead of 4 of a kind. Usually I go 4 of a kind because it's more spammable, it's more reliable. But 5 of a kind, we could do more enhancements at one time. Go next. Alright, I really want to try to win in just one hand if possible, but that might not be possible. Drawing the steel card helps. So I could go steel here. I could do glass 8 there on the gold seal. It's sad if it breaks, but if we get a death card in the future, we can copy the gold and ship it. Molt cards, glass card, steel cards. She left. She got tired of what we were cooking. Fool for justice to get more glass makes sense. Fortune teller is not unreasonable. This boss, spades are debuffed. Alright, are we still making diamonds? Seemingly not. Maybe we switch to spades anyway? Or instead? This boss is going to debuff my spades. So maybe we do the star. And then looks inside. Maybe 4 of a kind. Okay. Red seal 7. Okay, so I can make red glass 8. I can try to get strength. Nope. And we don't care about clubs. Unless, I guess, maybe you want to turn the spades into clubs. I can discard this after doing the moon. Emperor? Okay, so generally I want to make lucky cards. Maybe I want lucky cards instead of these molt cards. Maybe that's too risky. I'm gonna do it. It should be fine. There's Hermie, and I could do Judgment instead of Droll Joker. Maybe this is strong enough we don't need Droll Joker anymore. Clever Joker? Nah. Plus 20. No breaks. Okay. I don't know if I for sure need the fortune teller. Maybe we do, but there's a chance that we don't need it. Not sure if I want seed money or not. Alright, so there's justice. I can make another glass 8. Now we're up to 3 glass 8s. Could be temperance. Sure. And then seed money. And then in the next round, we're just hoping we draw the glass cards. Seems fine. A lot of purple seals. Okay, so I can use the Empress for the fortune teller. I can discard kings and a 2. The tower doesn't really matter. I guess you could use it on queen. Sun. Alright, so let's do some 8s. There's no longer spades. Play the pair. Okay, so the pair is not good at all. That's okay, that's good to know. I can play this 5 of a kind, keeping the steel card. And then because of the glass and the steel, it should be fine. No breaks, that's crazy. Okay. There's a bloodstone. I guess I could have been making hearts this whole time. Oh well. We could do 4 of a kind. Try to catch up to that 5 of a kind. What's the boss situation here? Spades are debuffed. Do I want to take the bloodstone anyway? Bloodstone instead of clever joker. It's possible, but maybe we could do better. Alright, fortune teller is 41. I get chariot, I get justice. So I could make a red steel card and then copy it. I could just copy a glass 8, maybe, and then go next. Okay. So 7's out. There's a red seal 7. Alright, so if we're gonna go red seal as a steel card, let's do a 7 instead of a 9. Let's do glass 8. Something like that. No lucky activations, but we do have the glass cards. We lost one. Bummer. 3 glass left. Okay, there's a devil. Go judgment. Mystic Summit doesn't matter. This boss, face cards are debuffed. So, how about Earth? No. Flower pot? Maybe. This stuff doesn't matter. Spectral pack. No Ankh, but we could go blue seal, even though the blue seal is not super important for us to do. Go next. Alright. I guess with the 8 here, let's go steel. Power. With the steel cards, do I need the glass? I think the answer is yeah, probably. I could play all these. I could make a gold card and just play it. Get another justice. Also, blue seal value. Okay. Okay. Devil's okay. Celestial Pack looking for more. 4 of a kind, maybe? 4 of a kind, it's easier to hold the steel cards in hand. Alright, so could be a hungman, remove the 10s. Could be. I think that's it. Save justice. Sure. Go next. There's a blue seal 9. Maybe I play the gold seal for the money. Blue seal, let's go gold card. We can discard purple. 5th card. So instead of lucky, we can make glass. This 10 I can make into a red glass. And I don't need all of these. 4 should be enough. Or sorry, this should be enough. Okay. No breaks? That's quite silly, actually. Alright, fool? No fool. There's a Chad. Okay. Okay. Standard pack. There's another 8. We could take an 8 just to have an 8. But it's not a glass 8, it's not a steel 8. So maybe I don't take those. Take the Chad. I forgot we have a walkie-talkie. Maybe that's not super important for us to have. There's a throwback. Discard purple. Star if we want to make more diamonds. So I could turn hearts and clubs into diamonds. My flush 5 is weaker than my 5 of a kind, so I guess I don't want to make too many diamonds. There's a hungman, there's a moon. Maybe the other stuff I turn into clubs. Okay, so queens, we can hang them. Then I can play high card 9 for the Chad value. Get to draw 4 cards. The face cards we can discard. Okay. One more time. Okay, so can make some clubs. Probably the correct thing to do is play the 8s one at a time. Maybe. That way we get the Chad value. So spin the wheel, and then I don't need the tower, and then I can play this 8. Okay. Sun. Sun we don't need. Empress, maybe lucky. So now 1, 2, 3. That's 5 8s with a glass 8 in front. Chip it. Maybe we get the blue seal. Ah, bummer. Crunchy. Okay. Alright. Idol is on Queen of Spades. That's no fun. Okay. So boss says we gotta sell a joker. Okay. How about one of those? That's a particularly fancy king. is not necessary if it's not an 8. What about an overstock situation? There's a showman. Maybe not. Venus, no. Jupiter, no. I guess I just go next. Alright, so 2 purple seals. I can make a steel 7, I guess. Death card. Okay. There you go. 2 purples. Does it, now that we have the idol, does it make sense to turn all of the 8s into diamonds? Maybe. Okay. Definitely 8 of spades wants to be a diamond. Chariot. So I can make another steel card. I think we keep the clubs as clubs. Keep the diamonds as diamonds. Idol can hit either, that's fine. Let's go play the gold seal for the money. Strength is useful. I have 3 7s in the deck. So probably I don't hold the strength card. Probably would just get rid of it. I don't need to play all 8s. I just want to play one of the 8s. One of the glass 8s. Something like that. Sun. Idol says 8 of diamonds. Okay. 23 diamonds in the deck. Alright. Okay. Any 8 of diamonds in here? 8 of diamonds here? Skip the rest. Alright. I could take the extra discard. Baseball card, no. Bean. Throwback. Alright. Taking a look here. Go next. So this stuff doesn't matter. This stuff doesn't matter. I have purple seals. So discard like that. 2 purples I can discard. I want to save my discards, but I guess sell the drunkard. Sun and a star. Okay. So could be like that. Let's go high card here. I don't think I get to play these. It might be too much. Or maybe it's not too much. Right. Steel card's good. I can play queen. One more time. Yeah, I missed out on... I could have got a little bit more tarot card value. So here, 3 8s. We use the star. And then now we question, do we play the flush 5 with the idol or do we use the sun? So flush 5 or 5 of a kind is 3 times as many chips, 2 times as much base. So that's a times 6 difference. So I guess we go sun. Play the 5 of a kind. Chip it. Oh, and we would have gotten another star and another sun. Okay. 38 billion points. Just like we drew it up. Thoughts. Okay. The start of this run was a little bit dubious, getting the early scoring. Walkie-talkie is great. Walkie-talkie is great for getting the ball rolling. Of course, we got all those investment tags, but the investment tags don't save you. They don't give you points directly, so sometimes you have to re-roll a couple times, you burn through all that money, and then you barely find the one joker that's usable. It was in ante 2 big blind, we found riffraff, and then okay, riffraff, then we're fine, then we're good. Eternal certificate, I've said this in the past, where because it gives you purple seals, you can use the purple seals from the certificate to help fight back against the garbage that you get from the certificate. So a certificate gives you, in this case, we get random face cards that maybe we don't want, red seals, blue seals, but then we can use those purple ones to get rid of the face cards. Or, either you're using the hung man, or you're using the death cards, you're using a couple of strength cards, maybe. In this case, we got the 8-ball, gave us, we had more 8s, but then of course you make them into glass and then they break. 8-ball is great. 8-ball, the problem with 8-ball is it doesn't score any points immediately. And maybe you can't afford to have an empty joker slot that's not scoring you any points immediately, but if you think of it like the Cartomancer, I think the 8-ball in the short term is worse than the Cartomancer. Cartomancer just gives you a tarot card. 8-ball, you kind of have to work for it. But then in the long term, of course, it makes up for it in the end game. So it's kind of like red card. It's kind of like flash card. It's kind of like campfire, or it's kind of like, what is it? Driver's license, where it's off until it's on, and then it's on for real. You can use the 8-ball to make steel cards and glass cards. You would think, okay, 8-ball plus certificate, maybe that's a bad combination, because certificate adds, of the 13 possible cards that you can get, 12 of them are not 8s. 1 in 13 chance you get an 8, 12 out of 13 you get something that's not an 8. But maybe that's okay. Maybe despite adding random cards to deck, because the 8-ball is so powerful as a tarot card generator, even without crystal ball, even just making 2 tarot cards per round, that's enough in order to make a third of the deck into 8s, in order to get rid of all the cards that are not 8s, and then be able to do fun stuff like this. The Chad was not necessary to make the 8-ball work. Of course, the Chad with the 8-ball, this is a powerful combination, but not necessary. We didn't get the Chad until much later. And then, of course, if you have, once you get to the end game and you have the glass cards, the seal cards, level up your hands a little bit. Not too crazy. We did technically have the blue seals, but we didn't get that many planet cards from the blue seals because the 8-ball was blocking the blue seals. It is admittedly awkward, but sort of even without that, because you get so many points from your deck, your jokers, you have a little bit more freedom. You can just do whatever you want, basically. Anyway, take care, everyone.